Good morning, family. Good morning, family. It's good to see y'all this morning. Hey, man, I just want to talk to people who might be lacking in motivation, right? I want to talk to people who have hit a wall and you really haven't been able to tell anybody. I mean, let's talk about it. You're into your fitness journey, you are trying to lose fat, you're trying to fix your eating habits. The hype has worn off. The scale is not being kind. Motivation is starting to slip. Have you ever been there, right? Where when you started, everything was good. When you started, everything was happy. When you started, life was stable. When you started, motivation was high. But now you on the struggle bus. You asking yourself questions like, why am I really even doing this? All of the fans have gone away. People who said they support you are not paying attention anymore. Nobody's hitting you up. Life is life. And well, let me tell you, good. I'm happy that you're there. You're exactly where the real transformation begins. The real transformation begins when your fans go away. The definition of commitment kicks in when motivation is low. And so I want to talk to you about that today, right? I want to talk to you about what happens when the hype fades, right? When motivation wanes, when frustration builds. I also want to talk to you about how slow progress can impact the way you think. And I just want to tell you, if you're still watching at this time, don't quit. Okay? Do not quit. There is a wall that we are supposed to hit. Do not quit. You should say that to yourself. You should type it in the chat. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. I don't know who needs to hear it. I don't know why you might need to hear it. I don't know what you're moving through. I don't know what you're going through, but do not quit. Remember why you started. Understand that there is so much more ahead. Understand that there is so much available to you. And I just want to give you a couple of things that you can do in order to move through this period. Okay. I'm going to give you really a lot of information, but it's going to be a little. I want to tell you about the 2-week wall because I don't know where you are in your journey. This 2-week wall could happen several times during your fitness journey, particularly as you're changing and as you're moving. So the first week you're motivated, the second week you're hopeful, and then suddenly this wall hits where you may be more tired or you may be more hungry, when you may be questioning whether it's even worth it. This is called the 2-week wall. And this is the exact point where people give up. Most people give up, but you are not most people. Write that down. I'm not most people. And it's not because you're incapable. It's because you were not expecting this level of resistance, right? It's because unexpectedly this challenge surprised you. I mean, you just thought that if you just kept on going, it wasn't going to be resistance. You thought you had gotten past the resistance. You kind of see a little bit of progress, but not a lot. But this one right here, this one got you. So what feels like a wall is actually a door. You just have to decide to push through it, right? What feels like a wall is actually a door. You just have to decide to push through it. You think it's a wall, push on it. Something that you have to climb, push through. Something that doesn't budge, push through. Something that is just the dead end, no, it's a living push through. I want you to do that, right? That's how you deal with the 2-week wall. Don't worry. Once you push through it, man, there's so much on the other side of this. There's so much on the other side of this push. There's so much on the other side of this obstacle. There's so much on the other side of this resistance. There's so much you, a better you, a stronger you, a you that's overcome, a you with stories, a you that has the ability to tell people how to get through it. That's all on the other side of this. So I need you to push through. I also want you to think about reframing your progress, right? So progress isn't just weight loss, right? Have you gained energy? Right? That's a form of progress. Like, check your energy. How's it feeling? Have you established more discipline? It's a huge win. You don't get nothing else from this. You'll be changing your relationship with discipline and where that discipline comes from, who's responsible for that discipline. What about your moods? Now, this was kind of, volatile because, you should expect some mood swings up in here. Every now and then, due to what you're eating, you should feel a little some kind of way, right? What about your mindset and how you're thinking about things and how you're thinking about life, your ability to focus or how you show up when no one's watching? All of that can be used to reframe progress. Have you improved in any of these areas? Right? Have you seen the impact in any of these areas? And if you have been working diligently and working consistently, you absolutely have. That means you've accumulated some reps. That means you've accumulated some data. That means there are some things that you know now that you didn't know then. That's what it means. You got to learn to reframe progress. I love it. I love it. I love it how fitness, I love it how eating well, I love it how fat loss pursuits always give you more. What are you learning about yourself? That's why I suggest you always get a journal and you keep a record and you go back, you reread the journal, right? Like, come on, you got this, right? Every time you say no to junk food, every time you finish a workout when you didn't feel like it, like that's progress. Every time you do something that you would not normally do to the health and the wellness of your own body, that's progress. You got to reframe it. And check it out, man. The opportunity to reframe is in your hands. Like what you need is in your hands. It's in your mouth. It's in your thoughts. Like you don't need nobody's permission to reframe progress. Like sometimes you gotta say no to this habit of letting other people's definitions of progress box you in. You can cultivate your own definition. It's in your hands. Just look at what you've done. Look at the time that you've accumulated. Look, those are all wins. And last thing that I want to say to you is you're not just burning fat, you're building resilience. Resilience, what a word. Resilience. Oh, what a word. The ability to hang in there, the ability to endure. You're building that. The ability to operate under pressure without all of the unhealthy parts of it. I mean, you're building resilience, and that matters more than any number on a scale. It is like looking at a report card and seeing that it's ink on the paper, but understanding that you're growing habits and you're building potential and you're building momentum. This scale sometimes can really be a problem for us. And so I'm really encouraging you to reframe progress, right? So I encourage you to look at, here it is, non-scale victories. That has an acronym, NSV. Look at your NSVs, non-scale victories, right? Body photos, energy levels, mood changes, right? Are your clothes fitting differently, right? Are you looking at, you know, just all of these different things that could really be helpful to you? Is this being helpful? Like, I hope this is being helpful. It's really helpful to me, man. Sometimes you really just need a little opportunity, just a little opportunity, right? um, when fat loss feels slow, when progress is slowing down, when you feel like you want to quit, there are walls that you hit, but you can make this and you will get through this. The last thing that I want to give you, and here it is, brace yourself. I want you to prepare for the next push. Prepare for the next push. Sometimes you are in the middle of a fitness activity, you're sweating, you're hot, you're exhausted, your energy feels low, but you know that you're not finished with the workout yet. Sometimes you're coming around the final stretch. You're looking at your final set of activity, your final set of lifts, your final set of high intensity. And this is where you dig deeper, not harder. Hear me very clearly. We don't call this the next push. I'm ready for my next push. Are you ready for your next push? You do have another push in you. Get ready for your next push. When you are bracing yourself for the next push, one of the things that really works for me is to take a deep breath and I say, let's go. Come on, are you ready for the next push? This is where you dig deeper and not harder, right? It's about being consistent and not being perfect. So dig deeper, not harder. This doesn't have to be the one where you throw on all the extra weight or where you gas so much that you don't have nothing left. But it could be the one where you dig deeper, where you commit to completing all those reps at a certain pace, where you commit to finishing in a certain period of time. And you don't have to go harder, but you want to be consistent, right? So you hold it in there. You don't have to be perfect. You just want to do the next push. Like, look at what's next. Don't look at the long line. Like, man, I got to do this for 2 more weeks. No, the next push. Just look at the next step. Just look at the next thing. It's right there and it's available for you. So if fat loss feels slow, now is not the moment to shoot shots at yourself. Now is the moment to remember your why. Double down on your why, right? Okay, not your willpower. Don't double down on that. Just be consistent. Just be committed to get to the next push. Just be committed to get to the gym today. Just be committed to get through the day. Just be committed to do what's next. Just be committed to shrink the task and take it one step at a time. Just be committed. Come on, this is the next push. NEXT. It's one of the most powerful things that you can do when you're achieving slow progress. When you can't see the big picture, all you have to do is get to what's next. If you could just keep your eye focused on what's next, all of the outside noise doesn't become relevant. If you could just see what's next, if you could operate in the moment and say, hey, this is what's before me. I can finish this. I can do this. This is good. I'm going to do it. All right. You don't have to worry about the fast results. You just want to worry about the next results, because you can actually do something about what's next. It's right in front of you. Chase becoming the version of you that does not quit. Chase becoming the version of you that does not quit. Chase being the version of you that does not quit. All right. So here it is. Give a small actionable push. Commit to the next 2 to 3 days. This is what I want you to commit to. Commit to clean meals, 1 workout, and 1 walk. No excuses. Clean meals for the next 3 days, 2 or 3 days. Get you a clean breakfast, get you a clean lunch, get you a clean dinner, get you a clean snack. All right. 1 workout, 1 walk. No excuses. That's the next push. I know you needed that. I know you enjoyed that. I know that was helpful to you. Now get to work so that your progress does not cease. Push that ball up that hill slowly and be happy about every step you take. This wall, it's not a wall. It's a door. It's not where people stop. It's where they put their hands up and they lean forward and they take this momentum and they tell that door, you've got to open for me. If you keep going, even just a little longer, you'll become the kind of person who doesn't stop. You become the kind of person who understands that walls will come and obstacles will come, and they invite you to push through. Comment, leave this with somebody, share this with somebody. Tell me how you're pushing through this week. Let's go get it. Man, I hope this was helpful to you. I know it was helpful to me, man. I'm just excited about what we have going on. I'm excited about your progress. I'm excited that sometimes it feels slow. Sometimes you get locked up. Sometimes it gets too much for you. I'm excited that you have hit a wall. That means you've been moving up to this point. That, see, some people don't even have progress to complain about. Some people don't even have walls that they hit because they are not doing anything at all. So I want to remind you that you come to this point after you have already tried some things. You come to this point after you have already put up with some things and faced some things. You've come to this point after you have given it your shot. And I am ready to hear all of your celebrations. Good morning, family. I hope you're well. Good morning. I hope that you all got something from this. Tap in, tap in, tap in. All right. And I promise you, you won't regret it. Let's get to it, man. If your progress feels slow, keep going. This is not the time to quit. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to be upset with yourself. This is not the time to talk bad to yourself. This is not the time to talk discouraging to yourself. This is the time to dig deeper and deeper. There are riches deeper. There is inspiration deeper. There is a part of yourself that will not give up. I need you to give up. I need you not to give up. You need you not to give up. I hope this has been helpful. Share this with somebody. Super excited always to be on the line with you. And I will talk to you soon.